We're going to build a seamless, interactive sequence where a user taps their screen to loop through a set of 5 distinct images. We'll build this entire effect from scratch inside YouTube Effect Maker in just 6 minutes. Before we start, open up Effect Maker and make sure you have a folder ready with 5 prepared images. It helps to label them sequentially, A through E. We are going to use some visual scripting, but don't worry. We'll start by building a visible on-screen counter to track the math, so you can see exactly what's happening. Visualizing back-end logic on the screen before assigning your final graphical assets is a reliable workflow. It allows you to catch errors early and prevents hours of frustrating debugging down the line. Step 1. Import your 5 images into the Asset panel. Once loaded, drag image A onto the main canvas. This will be our starting frame. Next, we need a way to track the user's taps. Click this italicized X icon to create a variable. Set the type to number, the value type to single value, and enter 0 for the starting value. Make sure you don't skip setting that starting value to 0. Computer logic starts counting from 0, not 1, so our 5 images will be mapped to the values 0 through 4. Link a tap screen trigger to a get variable node, wired into an add node. This circuit adds 1 to our total each tap. To see this working, route the add output into a number to text block connected to your on-screen text. Go ahead and click your preview window. Notice that every time you tap, the numbers climb upward and will keep climbing indefinitely. An infinite counter doesn't help us when we only have a finite set of 5 images. To make this data useful, we have to constrain it. How do we stop the counter from going past 4 and make it return to 0? We use the mod or modulo node from the math menu. Think of it as a hard ceiling for our numbers. Take the mod node and place it exactly between your add and set variable nodes. Then type 5 into input 2. We use 5 because that's the total number of images we want. Test the preview window one more time. Now your taps will count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and perfectly loop right back to 0. Modulo math takes a linear input and forces it into a circle. It's the underlying mechanism for almost every cyclical animation in augmented reality. With our math loop working cleanly from 0 to 4, the final step is assigning those values to our graphical assets using the update frame node. To do this, we need an if node and an equal node. Together, they act as a gatekeeper, checking which number is currently active. For our first image, we script the logic. If the value equals 0, then show image A. Instead of building this manually, highlight that entire node stack and duplicate it 4 times. Now, systematically go through those duplicated stacks. Change the target numbers to 1, 2, 3, and 4, and map them to images B, C, D, and E. Relying on parallel, duplicated logic structures keeps your workspace organized. If a step breaks, it's much easier to read the graph and find exactly where the error occurred. Give your preview screen a final test tap. You should see all 5 images cycling smoothly and repeating on a continuous loop. Now that you've confirmed the logic works perfectly, you can safely hide or delete the temporary on-screen text counter. Scaling this logic is straightforward. If you decide to cycle through 10 images instead of 5, simply change the mod node's value to 10 and duplicate 5 more if stacks in your graph. Mastering variable loops and conditional logic gives you the tools to build complex, interactive environments. You are writing the rules for how users interact with your designs.